Hi guys, welcome to my channel and happy Thanksgiving if you're celebrating Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. And what are we thankful for today? We're thankful for makeup, among other things, of course. So let's talk about makeup. It's time for another NYX fix. Today we're going to be talking about two NYX palettes, Wicked Dreams and one of the Avant Pop palettes. The past couple videos I've been doing forearm swatches with primer. You guys really seem to like that, so I kept doing that and I swatched every shade in both palettes. I also have done the swatches in natural light because I know some of you guys were like, we want natural light swatches, and I'm happy to oblige when I can, so I got you. I got natural light swatches, and we're gonna jump right into it. First though, let's talk about the packaging because we have a couple issues with one of these packages. I'm talking about the Avant Pop palette. Now, this is the same kind of plastic clamshell that NYX uses for a lot of their products. For example, here's a to-go palette. It's literally the same. However, this latch blows. Let me show you what I mean. I'm not even touching the latch at all, and it just comes open. Like, I don't even have to pull on it. It just comes open. And then when I try to put it back, it doesn't, there's no click. Something is wrong with it. Now, I don't know if it's all of these that have faulty latches. I don't know if mine was like damaged. I have no idea, but it's kind of a pain in the butt. It's not a reason not to buy the palette, but I do want to point that out. Interestingly enough, on the other NYX palettes that I have, for example, this one, the latch is slightly better. It's still not great, but you do get that satisfying click that tells you it's probably not going to open up, if you put it in your suitcase. This one, if you're going to travel with it, just to be safe, I would put a rubber band around it just in case. Let's get into the colors. By the way, the shade name on this palette is a Nouveau Chic, and we have a ton of very, very wearable, beautiful colors. You have 6 that are shimmery / metallic / maybe a micro glitter, and you have 4 that are matte. And I'm happy to report that even on the matte shadows, they're very easy to blend and to work with. Matte shadows, I feel like the test of an eyeshadow manufacturer is their mattes, because it's so easy to have too little pigment, too much pigment, powderiness, patchiness, whatever. It's really easy to mess up a matte eyeshadow, but in this palette, I'm super happy with all of the mattes. Now, right now, the primary color I have on my lid is this olive green brown right here. And then I have this as my transition color. It's a matte peach, and I have this kind of matte bone color, blending everything out. Now, I have had my makeup on for like a million hours by this point. I was at the in-laws for Thanksgiving. There was a bunch of food and grease and beverages flying around, and despite all of that, the shadow has stayed on pretty well. It's not creasing, it hasn't changed color, it hasn't slid halfway off my face. I think Thanksgiving dinner is a pretty good test of an eyeshadow in terms of, you're going to be doing a lot with your face. You're going to be moving your face around a lot, so it has a lot of opportunity to crease, to fade, to whatever. This did not do that, so yay. Without further ado, on to the natural light swatches. You can immediately see just how rich and even these shadows are. Even the mattes are so buttery, you can see they're not patchy or streaky at all. And the matte shadow that's pretty much in the center of the frame right now, it probably looks like there's a gap in my swatches, but really there is an eyeshadow there. You can't see it because it is literally my skin tone. But just check out these metallics and the ones with micro glitter in them. You see how, you can really see it on the one on the right, how the glitter is so evenly distributed throughout the shadow. That's what I really love about it. I hope you guys like those swatches. Let's move on to the Wicked Dreams palette. This has very unique packaging. You get the opaque cover on the palette, and it kind of has that silicone-y feel, kind of like a NARS compact, but it's not quite as heavy or luxurious feeling, but it is that basically smooth black feel. And you have the curved hinge, which is kind of an interesting choice. I don't know why they did that, because I don't believe they've done that with any of their other palettes, but it's cool. Opening it up, you get a huge mirror, which I will try to get out of the way, and then you have 24 shades here. And you have a big mixture of, you've got mattes, you have metallics, you have pearls, and you have some serious glitter bombs in here also. Let me call your attention also to, I call it the bullshit bay down here. This is where the sponge applicators of doom were. They've had a date with Mr. Trash Can, but I suppose if I was going to travel with this, I could stick a brush in here. When I buy a palette, I want to like every color in it. it, but I know that's not really reasonable. And with this palette, it's really the mattes that have suffered. They are not as high quality as the mattes in the Avant Pop palette. Some of the mattes, as you will see in the swatches, they don't really have a lot of pigment to them, and one of them, this really bright blue down here, has so much pigment in it that it's really easy to overdo it. So you gotta use caution with that one, but the color is beautiful. My favorite shades here are this blue. Can you see that glitter? Holy cow, it's an amazing deep navy blue with tons of like multi-toned blue glitter, and this kind of coppery gold here, which also has a ton of glitter. I mean, you can really see in this palette that the glittery shades have a lot of glitter in them, so they're really kind of sparkling even in the pan. You're not probably gonna like every shade that's in here, every formulation, but I feel that even if you pay full price for this, the full price is $15.99, you're getting enough really amazing glittery and metallic shadows to justify the price. And remember also, Ulta has buy one get one half off NYX almost constantly. So if you want to go in and pick up something like the Avant Pop palette, you can pick something like this up for $7 or $8. Not bad. Let's do some swatching. This is the top row of the palette, and you can see how some of the shadows applied more evenly and consistently than others. I do want to point out that the second shadow in from my hand is actually a pink duochrome. In the pan, it looks like it's a cream shade, and even on the video, the duochrome is a little bit hard to pick up, but it does have a very subtle but definitely noticeable pink duochrome to it. So it's very, very pretty. It would be a great brow bone highlight. The rest of the colors, as we move toward the end of the first row, have excellent even pigmentation, and the gunmetal gray and the brown also are loaded with glitter. And so is that green. It's kind of like a strange green slash brown with gold micro glitter in it. And like with the Avant Pop palette, one of the things that makes these glitter shades so great is the fact that the glitter is very finely milled and it distributes evenly across the skin. So you don't get clumps and chunks and bald patches, which that's a personal pet peeve of mine. This is the second row, and check out that blue. Can we have a moment of silence for that blue? That blue is worth the price of the palette. It is unbelievable. The matte pinks in this row are pretty tricky to work with, and so is that matte ice pink that's in the middle of the frame. And I just swallowed some of my own spit and almost choked to death. Let's move on to the third row. My favorite color in the third row is all the way to the left. It's that brilliant, fiery copper gold orange color with a ton of gold micro glitter in it. It is absolutely vibrant and outstanding and stunning. You can't help but stare at it. I really enjoy the next two colors also. The pinks in the middle of the swatch were a little bit tricky to apply, even though they are not matte, but they're beautiful, beautiful highlighting colors. And then we have that taupe, you know, I'm partial to taupe, Mama wants her taupe. And then we have this blue, that matte blue, second from right. And you see I really had to kind of work the brush over my skin to get the pigment in the middle to be even, and even on the edges it's still a little bit patchy. So that's one where you really have to be careful and make sure that you blend it out, because otherwise it's going to look like a patchy mess. Okay guys, I hope you liked those swatches, and I hope that it was helpful to have them in natural light. Thank you guys so much for watching my videos, for spending some of your time with me. Really do appreciate it, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you who has sent a nice comment or a message, and even those of you who have just hit the thumbs up button. That's the best way to really help the channel out, so I do appreciate. Thank you so much. Please click thumbs up on this video if you liked it. If you would like to be subscribed, I would love you to be subscribed, so click the button down there, or you can punch me in the face up here once the end card kicks in. And I hope you guys are having a great time wherever you are and whatever time it is when you're watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you guys real soon in my next one. Bye.